I wonder how many behavioral challenge situations might turn out differently if you had a plan in advance that you practiced, rehearsed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Quick Bites. This is a quick little podcast. Well, the podcast isn't quick, but our episode should be anywhere between 4 to 8 minutes long. Just little bites where you can, maybe on your way to school, on your way home from school, or in between, where you can just quickly jump in and get a strategy that you can use right now. My name is Ginger Loom, and I'm sitting here with my colleague who is, you always have such amazing adjectives for me, and I just say that he's knowledgeable and knows so much more about stuff that I don't. This is Eric Noctegal. Thanks for being with us, Eric.
Ginger, you are delightful. And folks, yes, I have some knowledge, but she's just kidding when she says I have more than her. That's not true.
In certain areas, you rock the world. Listen, keep me out of an elementary classroom. He's your man. But when it comes to high school, I got you. Right.
She's 100% accurate there because I love the elementaries and I stay out of the high schools. So I'm like, Ginger, you need Ginger.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yep. Love it. Anyway.
Right. So, hey, Eric, so the question that we've got is that we've got dysregulated kids in the classrooms, right? And they are impacting everybody. They're dysregulating others, including me.
Yeah.
What can I do to get these kids back on track?
Well, gosh, first of all, let me just say, true. Yeah, they are. Those kids, when they get dysregulated, they are impacting all the learning environment, everything. And I could sit here and we could sit here and we could give you strategy after strategy from 2 by 10 to bottom up.
And we have.
Yeah. And so go back and listen to those. Those are great. Yes, do that. And I think it's super important to talk about what we as adult and our nervous system is doing when those kids are dysregulated, because it can dysregulate us. So I think we have to start there and think about, okay, when that student or those students or students in your classroom are starting to get dysregulated, slip into their downstairs brain, what's my nervous system doing? What's my brain state at that moment? Am I in my downstairs brain? And I'm going to tell you why. Because our nervous systems are contagious. And that is so important. When you talk about mirror neurons, or just when we approach a student, if we are in our downstairs brain and we are slightly dysregulated, Ginger, what's going to happen with that kid?
They're going to go in that direction as well.
They're going to stay dysregulated or even escalate further.
Okay, hold the horn. You said a term, mirror neurons. Can you say more, please?
Well, actually, you're going to tell me here because I probably won't have the eloquent language, but basically, you have your neurons are firing in your brain. And if you are dysregulated and you're slipping into your downstairs brain, the things that are connecting in your brain are going to get mirrored or mimicked or whatever word you want to use by the person next to you.
Absolutely. So humans want to be in community. That's how we're developed to be. And I don't know, you'll know that mirror neurons are working, and you've seen it happen in your life, those of you who are listening, and I know Eric has. Have you seen someone around you yawn, and then all of a sudden you have to yawn? Have you been talking to somebody before and then they cross their arms and we're still talking and pretty soon you found yourself crossing your arms too? It's because we want to be in that community together, and their brains do talk. They talk with other brains without us even always thinking about it in the forefront of our attention. And that's the mirror neuron. So if I'm dysregulated, you're naturally going to become dysregulated too.
Mirror that same behavior.
Right. So if I'm regulated,
if you're regulated, I am going to hopefully then mirror the regulated behavior, such as if you're using one of a calming or breathing strategy, then I might do it as the student who's dysregulated, not because you told me to, because I'm mirroring and you're modeling it, and that's what's going to happen with those mirror neurons. So again, back to same thing. That's why I say the nervous system is contagious, because it's those mirror neurons. So we have to be super aware of things like our posture, what our eyes are saying. If we are trying to regulate a child and our eyes are saying anger, mean, danger, that's not going to work.
No RBF, y'all.
Yes.
I said it out loud.
It was out loud. We're just going to stick with the acronym for this little podcast, folks. But it's so true. We have to make sure that we are regulated. Now, here's the deal. I mean, we're only doing a short podcast here, but we can make a plan. I mean, I want you to think as the adult, you have a major impact on behavioral challenges that happen in the school and classroom. And we have the ability with our nonverbals, with the way we approach it, with our mindset, and how we announce ourselves in that situation through all those things can set the stage for either one of two things: deeper understanding and connection with that child and supporting their dysregulated nervous system by lending them our regulated nervous system, or our nonverbals, the way we're approaching them, our brain state, if we're in our downstairs brain, could create repetitive, escalated, dysregulated reactions. So it can kind of go either one of two ways based on us. Now, again, do all the other positive, neural-informed behavioral strategies play a part? Yes, but it really does start with the adult. It does start with the adult.
So what you're saying is that I'm, as an adult who is working in a space that is extremely stressful.
Yes.
In a society that is under duress, and then dealing with life that just exists that is also stressful, that I want to make a plan ahead of time about when I'm feeling some sort of way, or just a regular check-in with myself. How am I doing right now? Let's check in. And then to say, what are some strategies that I ask kids to practice that maybe I want to practice right now, so that when the kids come back from their specials or from their break or wherever they're at, or the next class comes into my room, that I'm ready for them.
My gosh. You know what? Yes to all of that. An emphatic yes to all that. But I think the word that stuck out with me, a plan.
A plan.
I mean, just imagine as a teacher, as an educator, as an adult, wherever you are at home, what if as the adult you had a quick plan? Because I know behavioral challenges, they don't allow you to say, oh, could you hold that behavioral challenge for 10 minutes while I do my plan to calm myself? I mean, these are quick plans.
Right.
But what if you had a plan to regulate yourself, engage a quick sensory system, make sure you're in your upstairs brain? I wonder how many behavioral challenge situations might turn out differently if you had a plan in advance that you practiced, rehearsed, and you really did.
You talk a lot about dosing emotional regulation with kids. That's really what our co-care plans are, is creating that regular and intentional moment to co-regulate with another safe, supportive adult, so that we are in a space ready for when the kid starts throwing the pencils, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Eric, thank you. The question was, how do I help that kid? And the answer is, let's start with ourselves first.
Yeah.
And then we can start to help the kid. It's putting the oxygen mask on, right?
Amen. And reach out to us, please, because coincidentally, I have a plan that I would go through with any educator who wants to talk about it, a step-by-step, very brief, quick plan that engages breathing, a quick breathing, sensory, and being in your cortex to help that. So reach out to us.
Thanks. That's emotional first aid plans. It's our co-care, and it's delicious stuff. Friends, listen, if you are liking what you're hearing or finding a nugget of value, one, make sure you share this with somebody else who needs to hear it. And maybe they can be your accountability partner, where you guys can check in together and make sure you're okay. And you can also share this with leadership in your school, or if you are leadership, share it to someone else who could benefit from one or more of these podcasts. There's probably a little share button from whatever your platform you're listening to, and we really, really would appreciate it, because we know this works, and we've been hearing back from our listeners that this has been very invaluable to them. So we want to make sure that the love continues on. Don't be a gatekeeper, y'all. Share this with folks, and it costs you exactly what? Nothing. Free.
Zero.
Right. So listen, tune in soon to another quick bite strategy.